The president at Ripple just put out a very big statement that we are going to be breaking down. But first, we need to go over the Q2 2024 XRP markets report before we really kind of dive on deep into the real major juicy information around XRP and what Ripple has in store for XRP and the XRP Ledger. Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And also for all of those viewing out there, if you're not already following me on all socials, you need to tap in down in the description below and follow me on all socials to stay updated 24/7, 365 around the latest and the greatest crypto news. And also join the free Discord to make sure that you guys are crushing these market cycles and taking a ton of profits when everyone is buying the top. So let's dive on in. Let's address the Q2 2024 XRP markets report. You know what's crazy about this? The Q1 2024 XRP markets report just came out back in May, and it feels like this was last week. It's crazy how fast time is going by. But regardless of that, when we actually look at this markets report, it is diving on deep into everything that we have been addressing around XRP, which is institutional adoption, regulatory challenges and milestones, RWA tokenization, and much more. Let's not waste any time. Let's dive on in. So first off, they do give us a little bit of a market summary. They talk about institutional adoption heating up with, the ETH spot ETFs, and even they do mention the success of the Bitcoin spot ETFs. They also mention macroeconomic signals like inflation, interest rate expectations, and even unemployment rates, which seem to influence buyer and seller sentiment within the market. They also mentioned the flight to quality tendency as the industry saw smaller cap tokens experience drawdowns of up to 70%, while top 10 market caps tokens fared better. Now, also, they mentioned the decline in the market, which they also said that could have been regarding several factors like the Bitcoin halving, pressure from distributions of Bitcoin related to the decade-long Mt. Gox legal battle, and also even the German government being required to sell 2.5 billion of Bitcoin. Now, outside of this, they do mention the lawsuit wins, with, of course, the XRP not a security win. Also, back in 2018, Ripple was first sued in a class action lawsuit in California. In June, the court dismissed all the class claims based on both the federal and state laws, which was a very big one to really kind of focus on as well. Now, there is one state law claim that the plaintiff has brought as an individual rather than as a class claim that was not dismissed, but this individual claim is not material. Now, outside of that, we have global regulatory developments. They do mention the PAC that Ripple did donate to. It was $25 million to Fairshake, a federal super PAC, committed to supporting pro-crypto, pro-innovation political candidates, bringing the company's total contribution to $50 million. It's a bipartisan effort. It's an industry-wide bipartisan effort as well to ensure that there is a strong future with regulatory clarity for crypto in the U.S. Now, outside of this, we also have the consensus win against the SEC, which was that investigation into Ethereum 2.0 and how the SEC will not pursue an enforcement action, which was also another big step in the right direction. Now, beyond that, globally, regulators took steps in a bid to become global crypto hubs. Asia, Hong Kong's financial authorities released consultation conclusions on a licensing regime for stablecoin issuers. Shortly thereafter, the HKMA announced the first participants in its stablecoin issuer sandbox, which did include these big names, as they do mention here. Outside of that, Latin America, the Central Bank of Brazil announced a phased approach to unveil a regulatory framework to provide clarity for the token creators and virtual asset service providers by the end of this year. Ripple and other industry leaders shared their perspectives on crypto regulation and how to implement a comprehensive regulatory scheme for VASPs with the central bank. Then they also mentioned the Central Bank of the UAE, which issued out payment token services regulations. They also mentioned MiCA. There has been a lot of big regulatory moves being made around the world. Most notable, Russia also pushing out some crypto regulations. This is going to continue on, right? This is going to be, heating up as we do get closer to the end of this year. And beyond that, it's become a prevalent big issue now that every single nation is focused up on, except for the US which we question what's going on with the US. But outside of that, we have deep dive XRP markets. So here we have the price and realized volatility, which recently this did pick up, as you guys are probably all aware of. Here we have major tokens price and volume end of quarter 2 2024 figures. We could see, Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, all that. We see the price, the 7-day average volume, 30-day average volume, 90-day average volume, and also the yearly average volume. Again, XRP pretty stable for the most part in the value-wise of volume. So find that very interesting. Outside of that, we also have spot exchange volume. Here we can see that as well. Again, pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy there. Spot exchange volume percentage, again, straightforward. Spot traded volume, again, straightforward. Most of this is kind of dropping in terms of stablecoin pairs. But here we have the state of the XRP Ledger. So this is the number one thing that I've been focused on about, how XRP is getting and becoming even more bullish than ever before. The XRP Ledger EVM sidechain enhancing interoperability with Axelar Bridge, big game changer. Going to be a game changer for DeFi specifically, which is huge. Outside of that, key amendments, Oracle's a multi-purpose token. Again, all focused on, of course, institutional DeFi. These are two big game changers for institutional DeFi, by the way, for those that don't know about that or are aware of it. Now you do know. The XRP Ledger integrations. Quarter 2 saw the announcement that Archix, a digital asset exchange broker and custodian regulated by the UK FCA, is expected to bring hundreds of millions of dollars of tokenized RWAs onto the XRP Ledger over the coming year. Building with the XRP Ledger community as well, Ripple announced a fund dedicated to providing support in Japan and Korea. Those grants are now starting to roll out and in support of some projects that are building out on the XRP Ledger, which is lovely to see. Then the Ripple USD stablecoin. This is going to be happening very soon. They did say about quarter 3 of this year. We are now in quarter 3. So let's see what happens around the stablecoin. Very excited about it. Very interested to see what happens with the stablecoin as well. I personally am very bullish on the stablecoin. Outside of that, on-chain activity. Here we could see transactions on the XRP Ledger. Again, dropped 65.6% from quarter 1 to quarter 2. Which is probably because of the market performance as well. Burned XRP dropped about 22.1% because of the transactions. Average cost per transaction, again, pretty stable here, nothing too crazy. Obviously, yes, it did increase by 168%, but this is because of the lack of, amount of transactions. Also, average XRP closing price, 7.1%, nothing too bad there, quarter over quarter. Average cost per transaction, again, this is in USD, not XRP, like up here. Pretty, 141%. Still not too bad compared to most exchanges or most networks out there. Volume on the DEX dropped by 42.8%. Trust lines dropped by 0.6%. And then the number of new wallets dropped by about 45.8%. Again, not too great, but again, it's because of the, market situation, in my opinion. And then, of course, we get an update on Ripple's XRP holdings, which is, of course, here we have March 31st. Ripple XRP held by them, 4.8 billion, followed by almost 4.7 billion, a change of 100 million almost. And then down here, we have the on-ledger escrow, about 40.1 billion versus 39.5 billion. So nothing too crazy there. Outside of that, that is the quarter 2 XRP report. Now, I want to get into what we recently saw from Monica Long. So over here we have President Monica Long is more bullish than ever. And listen closely.
More than ever, I'm more bullish about what the next 1 to 2 years holds for Ripple because of the payoff from all the work we put in.
And yes, this is one thing that we have been addressing, right? All of these big updates, all of these big moves being made. It's not for nothing, right? Pressure is building behind the price action that we are seeing today. I say this all the time. Price action that you see on the chart today is not reflecting everything that we know about XRP. It's pressure just building and building and building. And I do believe, just like Monica Long, I think that it's going to be an incredible year for XRP and for the market. Going forward, we don't know, right? 2025 could be a different story. We don't know how 2025 is going to look. Let's hope that's a good year. But for the most part, I am extremely bullish on XRP as well, alongside Monica Long. Now, also over here, we have, it is so bullish hearing Ripple's president Monica Long explaining XRP to the Financial Technology Task Force, European Commission, PwC, Gemini, Bittrex Global, and even the OMFIF. And big shout out to XRP Drops for this. Check this out.
And also making those cross-border transactions more transparent and reliable for their end customers and cheaper. So using the digital asset XRP, which is an open, decentralized, and global public block, sits on a global public blockchain. XRP enables these institutions to, instead of having to pre-fund for global payments to work around the inefficiencies of the outdated system, it enables them to serve liquidity on demand on an individual basis for the transactions. So that cuts costs in about half for those transactions. And in that, making liquidity more competitive so that we don't see, the 5 biggest banks controlling 90+% of the FX markets. And it's to expand from payments, it's a similar story for other fields of finance, like lending, where crypto offers the possibility to make securing loans a lot simpler, a lot faster and less expensive because it will become a more competitive playing field.
And there you guys have it, right? Leveling the playing field. 2 major use cases, payments and lending. Deconstructing the monopoly banking system that is in place right now around the 5 largest banks out there. Citi, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, like just to name a few, right? Like this is where we start to really kind of see the vision of institutional DeFi on the XRP Ledger really kind of rolling out. This is why I always focus on, XLS 66D, which is that lending protocol, which is a native lending protocol that is built on the XRP Ledger. This is one that I'm very excited about. Remember that this is going to bring DeFi to the XRP Ledger in a very, very large way, all through a lending pool by a single pool delegate, as you guys do see down here. This is going to bring in a lot of liquidity, build a lot of liquidity, provide a lot of value, volume, and even users to the XRP Ledger through DeFi, and not to even mention institutions as well. And I think that this is the big focus. I think that this has always been Ripple's big focus. And even more recently, big shout out to vet_x0 for this. We have the XRP Ledger Lending Protocol Roadmap, Lending Protocol in Q4 of 2024 on DevNet. Can't wait to play around with it. Actual proposal on mainnet maybe in 2025. Depends on audits and thorough testing, I assume. Plus on-chain governance voting. Phase 2 with credit lines and collateral. And here we could actually see the full breakdown of when to expect some of these updates. I'm actually very excited about this. Guys, the lending and borrowing protocol on the XRP Ledger, I'm telling you, it is going to be a game changer for XRP. And also, I just want to wrap this up with this video. And this is regarding the XRP lending and borrowing protocol, the latest iteration of XRP Ledger DeFi. This goes back to June 21st. Check this out. This is a short little video on it.
So, like Jazzy mentioned, there are many exciting things happening on XRP Ledger. And today I want to share with you the latest and greatest on lending. So, perfect. So, the lending protocol brings on-chain lending to XRP Ledger, allowing borrowers and lenders to agree on loan terms off-chain and capture these on-chain. The protocol introduces strong fundamental primitives to enable various lending protocols in the future. Oh, sorry. And with modular and reusable principles in mind, the lending protocol not only allows for lending, but also enables various different protocols that rely on cumulative liquidity. So the specification is made out of three parts. XLS64, which introduces a pseudo account for tracking balances of multiple ledger objects. XLS65, which introduces the managed single asset tokenized pool for collective asset aggregation. And last but definitely not least, XLS66, which introduces XRP Ledger native lending protocol. So with the introduction out of the way, let's have a look at what do these specific.
So there's the little introduction to the lending and borrowing protocol and the full breakdown of 64D, 65D, and also 66D. These are all three amendments regarding this. And then down here we have one transaction to roll them all. Lending and borrowing on the XRP Ledger will follow the first time a modular approach functionality are used for lending and borrowing currently, but can be reused for protocols in the future. For example, a new escrow or yield farming. And we can actually see that here. Lending protocol, yield farm, escrow. And then also fixed term interest accruing loan, uncollateralized off-chain underwriting, on-chain first loss capital protection as well. And that's what this looks like in terms of the overview. And then lending protocol incentives and participants, the poll delegate in center. And then this is how the lending protocol will look. Outside of this, we also have the XRP lending protocol has off and on-chain components, while underwriting and risk assessment is done off-chain. Payments and obligation state is on-chain. And this is what that also looks like. Overall, this looks incredible. I think that this is going to be a complete game changer. Me personally, I foresee this setting the XRP Ledger. I think that it's going to set the stage for the XRP Ledger to take over around DeFi. Obviously, it's not going to be the number one, but I do think that's going to set a major move in place for XRP to move up the list and finally have a very large amount of TVL on-chain through DeFi. And I also think that this is setting the stage for institutional DeFi initiatives to be taken and to be built out and to be going live on the XRP Ledger as well. And this is why I'm so bullish about what's going to be happening over the course of the next couple weeks, months, and even years ahead around the XRP Ledger. The stage is already set. I get it, right? We're still focused on price action. Price action will follow through. I'm telling you guys that right now. It's all pressure behind the chart. The chart will play out once the chart is ready to play out, and that is typically when Bitcoin and Ethereum lose their dominance and altcoins really kind of take over. That's when we really focus on XRP. So with that being said, if you guys did enjoy the video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on. If you guys have more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.